Hey guys, it's Captain Forrest here, and today I'm going to be doing a Death Battle prediction video. I'm going to be talking about Iron Fist and Poe. Now, before I start this video, I'd like to say a huge shout out to Korin and of course Frisk for some of the scans. So I'm going to go ahead and chop it up. I'm going to talk about both combatants as pretty much the best of my ability, and I'll give my final thoughts near the end of the video. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about Iron Fist. So Iron Fist, pretty much Danny himself without the Iron Fist should easily have like multi-city block plus town level AP scaling. He can hurt Captain America, he can hurt Deadpool. Deadpool has a multi-city block feat. I'll leave that link in the description if I can find it. Same thing with Captain America. Captain America has a town level feat, which is pretty impressive. Captain America was able to block a area of effect, but it also had splash damage, and he also was able to like tank that splash damage too, and that was also calced at town level. So right there and there you got some small low end feats for Iron Fist, just standard base. So multi-city block to town level. If you talk about the Iron Fist, however, itself, the Iron Fist is pretty impressive. So like easily like universal plus, you can argue higher for it. I'll get onto the chain scaling pretty much. So Iron Fist, he was able to defeat a ninja who was linked to a universe. So right there and there you got a universal plus feat, and this same Iron Fist was able to survive the explosion of that universe too once he defeated Ninja, which is pretty impressive. So right there and there you've got like universal plus arguments for Iron Fist. Iron Fist himself, he's able to hurt characters like Luke Cage. He almost killed Luke Cage when he lamped him hard with a Iron Fist imbued chi punch. This same Luke Cage can like tussle with Herald tier characters like Namor. He can tussle with Wonder Man, and this same Wonder Man has been able to hurt the likes of Thor. Thor himself has like uni plus feats and multiversal plus feats himself. For example, Thor was able to hold back the collapse of countless alternate dimensions and universes with the help of other three Thors. So right there and there you've got uni plus, multiversal plus scaling. Thor, during his battle with another Thor, generated energy that was comparable to the Big Bang itself. Their energy also affects all planes of reality simultaneously. This feat can also be argued to be around uni plus, also multiversal plus, depending on how you interpret the feat. So right there and there you've got some really nice chain scaling for Iron Fist, which is pretty cool. And Iron Fist also, he was able to lamp Colossus too with his Iron Fist, which is pretty cool. And Colossus has gone toe to toe with Hulk as well. So, and Hulk himself has like low multiversal plus scaling too. He was able to channel the power of two universes within him. So right there and there, some good high AP scaling for the Iron Fist. So let's move on to speed. So Iron Fist, so depending on how you want to interpret feats, so from the low ranges of FTL plus, he's got MFTL scaling as well. He also has inaccessible speed arguments, and he also has immeasurable speed arguments. I'll tackle those in order. So let's go over the FTL stuff. So pretty much scaling to like Cyclops. Cyclops is Optic Blast. It was calced at like FTL. There's characters like Wolverine who can dodge that shit. And Captain America can also dodge those lasers too. And this same Iron Fist can consistently contend with these characters. In terms of like the MFTL stuff, this comes from like Herald tiers. So Herald tiers who can like travel across universes and moments. Gladiator himself, he's been able to like he has like an MFTL plus feat. I'll also leave the calc in the description too, so you guys can check that calc out for Gladiator. Characters like Wolverine can tag Gladiator. This same Gladiator can react and move at those speeds, and this same Iron Fist can pretty much contend with Wolverine. So there's some MFTL scaling, which is pretty cool. Now, inaccessible speed, there is some inaccessible speed arguments. Phantom X, Cyclops, and Wolverine were able to walk inside the World Dome. Now the World Dome is frozen, and if you go inside it, you would basically freeze, because there's no, basically time is frozen. And these same three, Wolverine, Cyclops, and Phantom X, they all three were able to walk inside this dome fine. So right there and there, you've got inaccessible speed arguments. Now let's move on to immeasurable. So of course this would stem from characters like Thor, who can like tag Silver Surfer. They can both time travel. They can both react at immeasurable speeds. Wolverine can tag Thor. Wolverine can also tag Gladiator. Gladiator can contend with Thor. So right there and there, you've got some immeasurable speed feats right there, which is pretty impressive. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for the speed. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about Iron Fist's other abilities. So the Iron Fist itself and Danny's abilities with it. So Danny can absorb energy. He can absorb chi. He can absorb any type of energy-based elements. He was able to absorb electricity from a train, which was loaded with enough explosives to make a Hiroshima bomb look like a sparkler, which is pretty impressive. Iron Fist has also shown to like absorb radiation, which is pretty cool. He can also absorb magic as well. Danny can also use the Iron Fist to hypnotize people with his hypnotic hands using the chi. Iron Fist can also imbue objects and weapons with chi. Iron Fist can also use his chi many ways. He can punch chi out of his fists. He can use his chi manipulation, chi mastery. He can create dragons out of chi to throw at his opponents. He can like channel chi in certain areas of his body, so like he can channel chi in his legs, and he can channel chi in his fists, obviously, so he can punch his opponents with devastating force. And chi, of course, affects you on a spiritual, mental, and physical level, as the basic fundamentals and elements of how chi works in Marvel and in IRL as well. So chi can affect you on all these three layers, which is pretty impressive. Now in terms of skill, Iron Fist is extremely skilled. He's a master at pretty much all known forms of martial arts. He can contend with the likes of Wolverine. He's also a master at all forms of martial arts. Same thing with Shang-Chi. They're all very highly skilled combatants, all masters in their own right. Iron Fist, what makes him so unique is that he's able to mix like a lot of fighting styles in one. So during combat, he will mix it up in a fight. He will also like analyze his opponents and look for weaknesses in their stances and pretty much try to figure them out. And this gives him pretty much info analysis. So when he's going in a fight, he knows what to do, where to target, and how to pretty much just dismantle his opponents. Iron Fist also will go for pressure points. He knows some nerve strikes and pressure point techniques. So he will target vital areas to neutralize and dispose of his opponents, which is very impressive. He will use this a lot, pretty much against like anyone. Iron Fist also has instinctive reaction, precognition. He's able to attack and react instinctively. He was able to read also someone's movements and pretty much precog and analyze that they were fiending to hit him. So he will know if you're trying, if your intentions is to harm him, which is pretty impressive. So Iron Fist does have some good resistances too. He can resist illusions. So like anyone who tries to use like mind manipulation or use illusions on him, he can debunk those. Especially when Iron Man tried to use illusions on Iron Fist, didn't work. Iron Fist just saw through that shit. Iron Fist, also another cool thing for Iron Fist, he was able to resist reality warping, which was pretty impressive. So he's got some reality warping resistances. So anyway, that's pretty much it for Iron Fist. That's all I know for Iron Fist. If you guys know any more, leave it down in the comment section. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Poe. Okay, so Poe is a tricky beast to go over and find information on, but I'm pretty confident, and I'm gonna go over what I've got for him. So in terms of like AP, just like low end stuff, he has like building level feats. He has like multi-city block feats, and he also has like a small town level feat as well. He has like a calc. I'll leave that in the description so you guys can check over the town level calc. In terms of like trying to go higher, if you guys really want to talk about Poe's like higher AP scaling, which would range around Universal Plus or Low Multiversal, this feat comes from the Spirit Realm. So I'll go ahead and explain that to you guys right now. So the Spirit Realm is stated to be a world that exists in a separate plane into the other side. And Jindeo was able to change the realm from a golden realm into a chaotic state. And Poe, in his dragon form, was able to fight on par with him. Jindao also stated that he was going to merge heaven and earth. So that would at least make Poe, if you want to take it a step further in terms of AP, this would make him like Universal Plus to Low Multiversal, which is pretty impressive. And another thing, it was also stated that it was described to have no true borders, and Jindeo also was able to tear a hole into the spirit realm, which was stated earlier that the only people who could escape were people who were powerful than him, and of course Poe is. So yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of like AP for Poe. If you want to like use those ranges of AP, that's just like, you know, down to interpretation. So speed, Poe does have some like MFTL scaling. He has some infinite speed arguments maybe. So he was able to like catch up to and found Jindeo in a very short time in an infinite space. So right there and then, depending on how you want to go about the feat, right there you've got like an MFTL feat or infinite speed. So let's move on to Poe's hexes and abilities. So Poe can use his chi in many ways. Poe has the hero's chi, which is only attainable every generation through the four constellations. There are a few examples of how Poe utilizes chi in combat. For example, like using the Golden Lotus Slap, which blinds his opponents, using the Invincible Thunder Kick to kick out lightning from his feet, create weapons out of chi, use chi manifestation, creating chi-based force fields to block attacks from an asteroid that was going to hit the Earth, use chi to slow down time, use healing hands to heal himself and his friends, use chi-based attacks and blasts and projectiles, and also telekinesis. Poe can also absorb chi, and Poe can also use chi and overload it inside your body by using the finger hold. Poe also has resistance to power absorption and removal, such as being able to break free from Kai's chi sealing abilities, and Poe also is able to adapt in combat and is pretty skilled in combat too, being able to fight and counter and adapt to Junji's move via his enhanced senses like smelling. Poe also has resistance to pressure points, and Poe is able to use his stomach to reflect attacks, so he has some pretty cool attack reflection, so he can deal with any type of projectiles, which is pretty cool. So overall, who do I think wins this? Who's going to win this death battle? And my prediction, I'm leaning more in favor of Iron Fist. Pretty much in terms of the speed and AP, there's just higher AP arguments for the Iron Fist, and there's just higher speed scaling for Iron Fist too. Poe, he does have some MFTL arguments and some infinite speed arguments maybe, but again, there's just better speed scaling for Iron Fist. I just think Iron Fist is just gonna speed blitz in one shot with the Iron Fist. Just take out Poe and dismantle him. Now, Poe does have some ways to kind of like try and fight back. He could use some of his chi-based attacks to try and deal with Iron Fist if the speed wasn't an issue. But unfortunately, because there's just a fat, massive speed gap, I just think Iron Fist is just gonna blitz. I don't think any of that matters. If Poe was to use any of his chi-based attacks, Iron Fist does have chi absorption, so he would just absorb whatever Poe throws at him. And plus, if it came to skill, Iron Fist would pretty much dismantle Poe. Now, yes, Poe does have resistance to like pressure points. It does have attack reflection, but again, there is a speed edge. Poe would have to prepare to reflect. He'd need the speed necessary to reflect the attack back. Iron Fist, as I mentioned, is a master of all forms of martial arts. Iron Fist knows how to analyze people. He can break down weaknesses and decipher weaknesses and deduce them. He could just see whatever weaknesses that lie within Poe and pretty much dismantle, take down, and defeat Poe in skill. So if it came to like a hand-to-hand combat situation, I would more often not give it to Iron Fist. Iron Fist just knows his way around a fight, and Iron Fist also has precognition and instinctive, so he would be able to just react to anything that Poe does accordingly, and he would get around Poe pretty nicely. So overall, I think that Iron Fist will take victory, and based off what I've shown and explained, I just think that there isn't much Poe could do in this unequalized situation. And yes, that's my thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed this prediction video. If you did, leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe to the channel if you guys aren't new. If you guys are new to the channel. And yeah, Captain Forrest signing out. Peace.